Good morning, my travel peeps. Today I'm going to do a day in the life vlog, just with everything that I have to do today. And this is going to be a really laid back and chill video to kind of show you what it's like on the weekend for me running my own business. All right, so first things first is I'm actually already running behind for the day. I was planning to wake up at 6 a.m., but it's already 8 o'clock. Oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. So yeah, I am way behind with my day today, but I'm still gonna stay on schedule for everything that I wanted to do. So the first thing I need to do is make a shake. So give me 1 second. Let me set this up. My plan initially was to get up at like 6:30, and I was gonna do an at-home workout because my gym doesn't, on Saturdays, the gym doesn't open until like 8 o'clock. So I was like, I'll just do a home workout, and then that way I can get started on everything that I need to do a lot faster. But looks like I could have just went to the gym based on how I slept in. All right, let me give me 1 second. Let me grab all my ingredients here. Okay, there's that. Okay. Yeah, so I'm running behind, but that's okay. We're still gonna have a productive day today. Hopefully you guys are having a productive Saturday or whatever day that you're watching this. Let's take this off. So yeah, I'm just gonna do an at-home workout this morning. And I am right now making just a protein shake. I'm one of those people that if I work out on an empty stomach, I feel like I'm gonna pass out. So I have to eat something. And I never really finish a whole shake, so I'm not gonna make a lot. And don't ask me how to make protein shakes because I just wing it. And this is a new container, so I'm gonna have to find the scooper, which is so annoying. I just like to shake it up a little bit. I don't know if that actually does anything. That's what I like to do. And then all right, so my smoothie is done, I think. Yep. Just gonna pour it into this mason jar here, and then gonna get this down, and then we'll work out. That's pretty good. See, I've never been a fan of protein shakes and things like that unless it's very basic because I'm a picky eater. So like if I go to Smoothie King, I'll just do like a strawberry kiwi breeze. That's like my go-to there. But like actual protein that you buy, I've yet to find one that's really close to like Smoothie King to where it actually like tastes really good. A lot of times the more healthier versions of the protein powder just doesn't taste good. So, I mean, it's not nasty, but I mean, I have to try not to think about it as much and just drink it. Like, it's not something that like I enjoy having in the mornings. To give you an overview of this video, I'm going to show y'all some things that I'm working on right now. And then also, oh, I forgot. So I came up with a channel creed for us. So what I've noticed is that affirmations, you know, speaking life and success over your life is really important in staying motivated. So that being said, I have come up with us a channel creed. So what a creed is, it's just something that, you know, you believe, something that motivates you to reach your goals or to feel a certain way about something. So this creed, I'm going to go ahead and read it to you guys. And so the plan is that throughout these videos, moving forward, we'll take time to say this out loud. So I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see it. And I encourage you to read it with me and then to say it out loud. Don't just say it in your mind because it does something different when you speak it out loud into the atmosphere, okay? So you should see it on the screen, and it reads as follows. As an entrepreneur, I believe in myself and my vision. Success comes from hard work, determination, and perseverance. Failure is a natural part of the journey, and I am constantly growing, learning, and pushing myself beyond my limits. I trust my abilities, and I am grateful for the support of my community. I am thankful for the opportunity to create something meaningful and make a difference in the world. I am an entrepreneur, and I believe in myself and the journey ahead. So, and the reason I wrote it like that is because I want you to speak it in the I tense, so that you're speaking over yourself, right? And that you're encouraging yourself. Because when you're an entrepreneur, there's not a lot of people typically around you who understand, you know, your vision, your dreams, and what it means to be an entrepreneur. There are a lot of people who would rather, you know, have a 9-to-5 job, or, you know, have that steady income, and they don't really see the benefits before they're there, you know. As an entrepreneur, you're visionary. You're seeing something before it's even being created. Like, you're seeing your life working for yourself, working from home, having that freedom. All that shows that you have vision. So when you're an entrepreneur, you want to make sure that you're continually to like lift yourself up, boost yourself up, surround yourself around a community of people. And that community can be here on this channel, you know. Leave it down in the comments. We can encourage you, lift each other up, so that we continue to push our goals forward. Because a lot of times, if you know, start talking about the things that you want to do and your goals to someone who maybe don't understand or not an entrepreneur, they can kind of dim that excitement and the motivation you need to really get there. So be careful of your energy. So let me know in the comments, are you down for the creed? Do you think it's stupid? Are you glad that I did it? I'm just curious to know. But either way, we're sticking with it. Now, my plan for the day is to do a home workout because I don't want to waste time driving 30 minutes to the gym and back. So I'm going to do a home workout, and then I'm going to go in my office and work on everything that I've been working on. And I am going to show you guys some of those things. And then, of course, I always include tips and tricks and things like that for running your business throughout these videos. So stay tuned for that. And then another thing I'll say is, when it comes to having balance in your life, it is so important to, you know, do those things that, you know, keep you filled up, keep you motivated, and keep it where you're not feeling drained and overworked. When you're working a full-time job, you have an entrepreneur business, and then like maintaining your health and fitness, your friends, your families, all those things, it's really hard to like maintain an actual balance. There's going to be times when you are, you know, doing better in one area than you are in the other, and that's okay. But you want to make sure that you are, you know, trying to make a flow as much as you can. And the most important thing is to make sure you make time for the things that refill you, right? Because if you don't, you're going to be burnt out. You're not going to be happy, and you're going to, unfortunately, probably have those moments of feeling like overwhelmed and depressed, and you don't want to go through those things. So for me, working out is one of the things that keep me sane. It keeps me motivated and re-energized. So that's what I'm going to make sure I make time for today. And then I'm going to jump into the office and get some work done, okay? And another thing before I jump to this workout is I want to mention that I actually created for you guys a guide on how to get more clients in your business. I know a lot of you want more clients. I mean, who doesn't want to make more money? But the thing is, there are a lot of other things that goes into getting more clients, right? So I have created a training for you. I'm going to leave the link to that in the description. This one is not a free training, but it is not priced that high. Like, for what you're getting, I'm telling you, it's very affordable. I hope you guys like it. So check it out and then let me know what you think about it. Message me on Instagram and let's talk about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get to this workout because we have a busy day. Hey guys, I'm in my office now. I worked out for the day already, so that's done. Now I'm just going to go make a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to come back in here and get started on the day. But there's things that I just love to do as far as like when it comes to working and being in my office. And one of those things is lighting a candle. I keep a candle here on my desk. Here's one right here that I'm using. I actually got this one for Valentine's Day because I love candles. My husband got this for me. So it smells really good. It's called Sweet Berry Phony. And it's from, oh, well, I guess that's the company. The company is Sweet Berry Phony. Am I pronouncing that right? Fioni? Something. And it's called, I have no idea. But this is what it looks like. And let's see if it'll focus on it. There we go. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. And it smells so good. I love candles. That's like my thing whenever I'm working. I like something that smells good. And I like for it typically to be a candle. Probably with something with the warmth and then the sense of it, because I hate being cold. I love being warm. I also have a small space heater that I keep in here too because I hate being cold also. But let me go make this coffee and then we can jump into my day and getting everything done because it's a busy day. Okay guys, I'm back at my desk. So the first thing that I'm going to work on today is actually going to be a quote for one of my clients. Somebody that actually reached out to me from Instagram. So I'm going to work on that today first. And then, but before I work on that, just because I know that's going to take up a majority of my time to where I'm not going to be filming that because I'll just be sitting on the computer and not saying much because it's a distraction to try to plan a proposal and then talk to the camera at the same time. So what I'm going to do for this video is talk about my group trip that I'm planning. So you guys, if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I planned a group trip to Cabo for some girls. We're going this June of 23. And I actually, I'm co-hosting that trip or co-planning that trip with another travel agent who I became friends with through social media as well. So we have that trip coming up. That one sold out. I know a few people were reaching out to me asking if it was still available, but it's not for that one. But you know, I'll be releasing more trips. And maybe we can even do like a travel agent meetup or something like that in the future. So something to think about. But anyway, I have started to plan my next group trip, which is going to be a 2024. I'm actually planning multiple trips in 2024, but this is the one that I've started working on so far. The first one that I'm getting ready to push out, and it is for couples. So if you and your significant other or special someone would like to come along with us, December 2024, we are going to Isla Mujeres. Let me get a sip of my coffee. I hate when my coffee gets cold. So I normally drink it in one of the like portable, is that what you call it? The portable coffee thingies, thermal thing that you can, you know, keep it warm and travel with it. But I couldn't find it this morning, so I'm having to use a coffee mug. But I have so many coffee mugs, and I'll probably have so many more in the future because me and my husband, it's like our thing. When we go on vacation, we always get a coffee mug from that destination. This one's one of my favorites right now. It's from Tulum. But my favorite mug, it changes. Usually the newest one I have is my favorite at the time. But anywho, so that's the plan for today. I'm going to show you what my sales page looks like. I am not done with it. I'm still working on it. But, you know, when you're working on things on the computer, it would just, you know, be me sitting here talking. And I mean, not talking and just really looking at the computer. So I know that's boring. So I'm just going to give you a brief overview of it to show you what it looks like. Just because, you know, I like to share what I'm working on. And you guys seemed interested in that last time. So some key points to know, and I said this in another video too, is I don't use the website that my host agency supplies. I have my own website through Wix. And I recommend having your own website just for all the reasons that I've said in the past. You know, you're in control of the branding. You're in control of what your clients and your people are seeing, things like that. And, you know, I think it's just better as far as you being a business owner. And my goal is to eventually be independent. So to move away from my host. So that's also something that I'm planning for 2024 as well. So I am working towards that. And I'll let you guys know how that process goes as well. From what I'm hearing, it's not that scary to jump out there and do. It is going to cost you some money, just paying for like the licenses and everything like that. but it will be beneficial depending on how you're running your business, and making sure that you're profitable and that this can be a true career instead of a hobby. So I do have my own website. If you guys are interested in how to set up your website through Wix, that's something I could definitely help with. I set up my entire website on my own. Let me go ahead and record my screen, and I'll give y'all a look at my website. Yeah, okay. So we are recording now. Go ahead and X out of that and hide that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump right in here. So what I'm working on, first things first, is like I said, if you guys want me to help you with website design, anything like that, it's really not that hard, especially with Canva out there now. I know not everybody has that creative bone, and I really don't have it either, but I can get away. Like, I'm not creative in any way or form when it comes to, like, actually being good at drawing or, things like that. I'm creative in other ways, but you can use like Canva templates to get an idea of how to design your website. They actually have website templates on there that you can kind of use that as a guide and then go into whatever website host you use and create your own website. So this is what my website looks like. I did all this on my own. As far as like designing it and everything like that. That's my Instagram account right there. So it shows you that. And then I have an About Me page. All of this I set up on my own, right? And a lot of these things were done with like Canva or just what Wix already offers within their system. This is the Contact Us page. This is group trips. So like I said, I'm working on selling more groups. So this is where they'll find those kind of things. See, to take you to the page that I'm working on, as far as, let me go back, because if you're new to my website or to this channel, you probably didn't see that other video I did whenever or you might have, because that video actually gets me a lot of traffic actually. So that one I showed the Girls Gone Cabo. So that's the one that we're doing this June. And this is the sales page, okay? So all this was created in Wix as far as the information and everything here. All this is in Wix. Everything for that trip. So I'm basically making the same. And so you'll notice that these, like the colors are pink and the font is a little different than what you would typically see on my website because I co-hosted this trip. So we didn't want to brand it with just one of our agencies branding, right? Because that really wouldn't make sense and it wouldn't be fair, So we just did the pink because the trip is called Girls Gone Cabo. So we're doing like hot pink themed events and things like that. And then we chose a different font again, just so it wouldn't necessarily correlate with one agency or the other, since we are two separate agencies. And I think this was a great way for us to do it because when you're starting something new that you haven't done before, so launching a group like this was new to me, and new to her as well. So we wanted to make sure that we felt comfortable, felt like, you have somebody that you can talk to about it. So you can partner up like that on things in your business, go out there and find other travel agents that would be your, your partner, or not necessarily a partner, but, just somebody that you can bounce out ideas off of and that you can almost like have a friend in the industry. Okay, so that way you don't feel like you're going through this process on your own. Accountability partner, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay, so let me show you the page that I'm working on right now. This, like I said, is a couples trip to Isla Mujeres, which is located off the coast of Cancun. So we'll be flying into Cancun. This is actually a new resort. Let me go to the preview version so you can see what it looks like in website view. So this resort, let me click out of that. Okay, so this resort is actually a new resort by AMR, and it's Secrets Impression, and this is, you can kind of see the resort behind it. This resort actually is supposed to open this March, but we're not going until December of 24. Beautiful resort. It really reminds me of like Greece vibes, and it's beautiful. So this is just kind of what my sales page looks like so far. Like I said, I'm not done yet. This is a picture of the island. You do have to take a ferry to get to this island. But what's really cool about Secrets in this particular Secret's impression is that they are actually offering a catamaran private transportation from Cancun. So typically what you would do is go to the dock in Cancun and take just like the ferry that they offer. I think there's 2 different ferries that they offer out there, or 2, I think, of the main ones. And you can just catch a ride over to the island. But to make it more like exclusive, because this resort is a little pricey, right? This brand, I guess you would call it, this brand within AMR is actually their most expensive. So more expensive than Zoetry, if I'm saying that right, or Zoetry. This is the top tier that they offer, so it's not cheap. But they also have included, which I think is going to be really cool, and I think people that sign up on this trip are going to love it, is that they're going to pick us up from a different Dreams resort. So instead of going to like the marina, I think if it's called the marina, or wherever they pick you up on the ferry, we're actually going to go from Cancun Airport to Dreams. I want to say it's Dreams Vista, but I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the transportation is actually going to drop us off at a Dreams resort instead of taking us to the main ferry dock, because this resort actually has private catamarans that they're going to come pick us up in. So I think that'll be like a nice VIP experience. And the reason you want to do that, because I could do the option where transportation is just taking us to the dock and we get on the big ferry, make it easy, you know, simple, whatever. But when somebody's paying this kind of money, you want to make sure that every part of the trip matches, you know, that price tag, or, you know, it makes sense, right? So we're not gonna have these people spend a little bit more than, you know, they would typically spend, and then just be picked up in a, you know, big, for lack of a better word, a lot of the buses, you know, they're a little raggedy, you know, that, for me not thinking of a better word, when you do like shared transportation, they're not like top of the line vehicles. Okay, let's just say what it is. So, and you have to take that in consideration. Like, you're not going to book somebody at this type of resort and then have their transportation pick them up in some rinky-dinky van, you know? So, anyway, that's just a little rant. But moving on, so this is what the my sales page looks like so far. I'm not done. There's still some things that I need to include. I've included the room accommodations that we're going to do. And then, you know, just little information, things like that. So yeah, that's it. That's what it is. And so that's what I'm working on. Later, after I finish the quote, I really need to finish this page so that I could actually start pushing the trip out. But first, I want to get that quote done because I don't want anybody waiting on me, anything like that. So that's that. Now, hold on. Something else I did want to tell you guys is that I know, especially when I first started, right? So when I first was getting my business ready and trying to, you know, launch it on Instagram, whatever, I wasn't really getting traction. Like, I wasn't getting clients the way I wanted to. You know, you see other people saying, like, because I follow other travel agents as well. I like to reach out to people and talk to them. And, you know, I've made at least like 2 to 3, you know, friendly relationships. I'm not going to say like we're necessarily friends, but we're, you know, acquaintances in the industry. And so a lot of them, the ones that I see doing well, like, I'm not the type of person that's going to, you know, be ashamed to reach out to them and be like, hey, you know, what are you doing that I'm not doing, you know? Like, so when I first started, that's what I did. Like, I reached out to this one girl, and she was, you know, she was killing it. She was saying like when she would do her stories every day, she would say like all the things she had to do, the quotes and all that stuff. So I asked her, hey, you know, what are you finding that's giving you the best success? What ways are you finding clients? And I'm grateful for the kind of people who, you know, don't mind, you know, sharing those things and telling you what helped their business. The thing is, just because something works for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. And so what I was doing is that I would look at what everybody else was doing. Because mind you, I know nothing about this industry starting out, right? Besides my own travel. So I would say I would look at other travel agent accounts and be like, okay, well, they're posting this, so this is probably what I have to post too. And so I would do that, but it wasn't really getting me anywhere, right? And it could be 2 things. It could be one, it just takes time to build brand recognition, which is true. It does take time to build brand recognition and get people familiar with your business and with your brand, and then to trust your brand, right? So, because at the end of the day, these are these people hard-earned money. Like, so we're not really selling, you know, like if it was a boutique, right? You spend money on a boutique, maybe $30, $60, whatever. You're not putting too much thought behind that. But when you're booking travel vacations, this is a good amount of money, right? So somebody has to trust you before they will work with you with that, you know, with large sums of money. So it does take time to build trust. Now, the other reason could be is just because what works for someone else won't work for you, just because maybe your audience isn't looking for what this other person is posting, or, you know, they don't resonate with that type of content. So the best thing that I can tell you is that when you're starting out, do post, do figure it out, do your best in that sense of it. But what I can tell you is you have to find your own way when it comes to social media and what you should be posting. So 2 different things to think about. One is that if you don't want your face to be the face of your business, like you as a person, and you don't want to be connected to your brand, and you want it to be like a travel business to where, you know, your terminology and things like that are like we or our, I can't talk this morning, instead of like I, things like that. Like, so you're not the face of the brand, right? The brand is the brand. Then you don't necessarily have to put your face on social media, right? So, and I'm not gonna tell you which one to do, which one you should or shouldn't do. That's up to you. But as a small business, when you're starting out, people want to work with an individual, right? Because when you think of unless you, and you gotta start somewhere, right? But unless you've grown to this status of being a really big company, I think it's gonna be hard for people to trust the brand and trust you if they don't see a person behind the business. So like Walmart, right? We don't really know what the Walmart people look like unless you go and Google them, or Wally's, or whoever they're called. I think their name is Wally's. Because it's such a big brand, right? Such a massive brand that we trust the brand. So we don't really care, you know, who the person is behind it. But when you're starting out as a small business, right, and offering these services that we offer, which is a personalized service, typically, you know, one-on-one service, they want to see the person that they're working with. So in that aspect, I would say put your face out there, right? Post yourself on social media, informing people about your business. And then something else, because I don't want to make this too long, but there's just so many things that I could say when it comes to social media marketing and getting new clients. But some of the key things to think about is, one, you want to have content pillars, right? And I don't have time to get into content pillars right now, but what it is basically a category of content that you repeat and post throughout your business and throughout your social media accounts and your marketing in general, right? And then another thing, just because it's so much to talk about with social media, I'm going to leave a link to like a downloadable that will show you basically what it means to have content pillars, how to implement social media into your business overall plan, and just how to set up like the content creation part of things and like actually have a plan. But one of the number one things I would say is to show up and show yourself. Show up and show yourself, and then be mindful of what you're posting. So I know right now, at least what I've noticed, even when I first started my business, I would see a lot of people posting like travel deals and things like that. So they were like basically going and either taking the emails that the vendor sends with deals on it, or going in and, you know, creating a booking themselves and then putting that on social media, or just pulling the numbers for a booking, right? So so I did try that for a little bit. I didn't really stick to that. But what I can say is what works for everybody might not work for you. And you need to think about your audience, and then think about where you want to take your business. Because my thing with the travel deals is when you're booking, and maybe you can get it to where you're doing such a high volume of it that it will pay off. But I know for like what I'm trying to do in my business is that you can't grow like where this is your full-time business, or where like this is really making you good money, if you're only creating packages that are just going to get you like a couple $100 in commission, right? And that's a lot more work on you. So you got to think about, what do you want your business to look like, and how you want to set that up. And the most important thing when it comes to content creation, and I'll be done with it, I know I'm probably talking a lot, is that when you're posting, you don't want to post things that, you know, are just fluff, or you're just posting like random posts. Maybe it's just a beach image and you're saying, you know, look at this paradise or something, you know. Everything that you post should be, there should be a purpose behind it. And this is something that I've learned over many years of having different businesses and figuring out social media and marketing, and just like being in that side of things in that world, is that you have to have clear intent when you make social media posts, right? And even ads, whatever, any type of marketing, everything you put out should have a clear intent. And you should have a call to action with that intent. So something, and I'm going to give y'all this for free, something that I found out that's working for me right now really well is Reels. Reels are really like the next big thing on social media, I guess. Yeah, so Reels are like a really big thing right now. Reels is what I noticed that's working for me. And then YouTube. I have this YouTube, sorry y'all, I almost choked on my coffee. So I have this YouTube channel, which is obviously, you know, just like the back end of my business. And the people that are going to watch this are mostly going to be travel agents or people who want to be a travel agent, right? Now, my other channel under my business name is the channel that I use to do like resort tours and that type of thing. So that has helped me get clients in. I think that's very beneficial. If you can do YouTube, do it. There's never think that, you know, it's oversaturated or anything like that. Because the thing is that you also don't want to always care about how many followers you have, how many subscribers you have, that type of thing, because that's not what brings in money. You know, unless you are monetized on YouTube or something like that. And then of course, you know, having affiliate marketing, things like that. But what matters when you're doing these type of platforms for your business is the leads that you get. That's what matters. So it doesn't matter if you don't have, you know, 10,000 subscribers or 5,000 Instagram followers, whatever. You can have 500 Instagram followers and have a very profitable business, because you're not on social media to grow a following necessarily. You're on there to grow your email list, to grow your client list, to grow leads. And that's what's most important, right? So it doesn't make sense to have 5,000 followers who never work with you, opposed to say you only had 600 followers on Instagram, but those are repeated clients that continue to use you in your business, right? And make you money. So that's my spiel there. Make sure that when you're posting things, some key things to think about is that you want to sell yourself. A lot of people will post the resorts and the destinations, and all that is great, right? But what you want to do, even if you post resorts, is that you are somehow communicating with people how you help them, how it's going to be beneficial for them to book this vacation through you, right? So instead of just showing, oh, well, this resort offers this, this, and this, keep your content more focused on, you know, this is what I could do for you to go to this resort, or these are some of the benefits for working with me, and then base it around that resort, you know. So, you know, say that, because there's different things that you can get on the back end of this, and you could say, you know, booking this resort with me would get you, you know, $200 in additional discounts or on-site services, things like that, right? So that way they know the benefit of booking with you instead of booking themselves online, okay? So the biggest thing to keep in mind, I've probably said a ton of things now, is to make sure that you're making content that shows your value. And I know that's a general term, so that's why, you know, as we go through this thing, I don't mind teaching y'all more about that and how to make social media content, because it's really not that hard, especially with Canva. Canva's amazing. So get the pro version. I'm gonna leave my link down below too. Y'all go ahead, and if you don't have it already, then you can use my link. There is a free version. I like to use the pro version. I think it's like $13, $14. I don't know, somewhere around there. Just because it allows you to do so much. Like, it's insane. And so I'll probably do a video and show y'all like some of the things you can do with Canva. But yeah, that's my spiel when it comes to like social media and marketing your business. Keep that in mind. I do have a how to niche down type of training. It's a PDF download. I'll leave that in the link below too. And yeah, so that's what I got today. So the rest of my day is going to be spent with working on a quote that came from Instagram. Two quotes actually that came from Instagram yesterday. But one is not necessarily ready yet. Oh, there's so many things I could tell you guys. So what I've learned, and this is just gonna be a little bonus and then we'll end the video. What I've learned is that first, what I try to do in my business is to set up my website so everything is automated. So my thought process behind that was it would save me time. I would be able to push out more quotes if everything was like automated. So, you know, the typical questions that you would ask a client in order to book a trip for them, all that was in a form. Actually, I think I talked about this in another video. So I have that form, right? So what I did was removed the one-on-one interaction in the beginning of the process of them working with me, right? And I feel like that was a mistake, because what happened a lot is that I would you know, get the inquiry in or whatever. I would see everything that they were asking for, you know, and I had all the questions on there, you know, tell me things that, you know, additional things that you would want me to know about this vacation. What type of vibe are you looking for? Like, I had all the questions on there. But what I learned is that after I would take that information, spend my time making a proposal for them, send it to them, it was never an easy close, right? There were always, and there will always be objections and things like that you have to overcome. But it was almost as if I wasn't meeting their expectations of what they needed. So I took a step back and I said, okay, well, I'm missing something here, because a lot of times they were either putting the budget too low. And it's not that they were being unrealistic in certain aspects of the quote, but they weren't informed, right? So they didn't understand, okay, well, for this price range, I probably can't get this, or, you know, I'm looking for this type of experience, but I'm saying I want to go to this destination, right? So what I realized is that I need to speak to them before I create the quote in order to save my time and to save me money, because the more time I'm wasting redoing these quotes and spending time trying to, you know, put something together that might not be what they're looking for, that's wasted money for me as when you calculate your time spent. So what I do now is they still go through and fill out that form before they meet with me. But in the booking process, they select, and this is all automated, right? So I don't have to, you know, communicate back and forth with them on their schedule. All of it is automated. They're doing this on their end, and then it's just emailed to me through the systems that I use. And so they'll book their time. They'll fill out the form and everything. And so we'll meet for a 15-minute call on the day that they select and the time. And I put my availability in there. So, you know, it doesn't conflict with my schedule no matter when they book. And now I like this so much better, because if there's something on the inquiry form that I'm seeing that I'm like, okay, well, that's probably going to be hard to do, or, you know, I probably need to ask a little bit more questions about this, I can do that before I start working on the quote and wasting my time on something that they're not really looking for. Okay, sorry guys, my camera cut off because I was talking too much. So I had to restart it. But so as I was saying, this has helped me, because now whenever they fill out that form and everything, I can see what's on there. I can plan ahead and say, okay, well, and write down the questions that I'm going to ask. And you want to do that because when you're talking to someone, they're going to be speaking, you're going to be talking to them, and you're not going to be able to recall everything that you wanted to ask them. So I always write my questions down before we have our call. And then that way I'm over to go over the inquiry form with them, make sure that I understand what they put on there. I confirm the dates that they've already put on the inquiry form as well. And then at the end of the call, I pretty much summarize everything that they've told me in that call. Okay. And I'll be like, you know, okay, so from my understanding, you're looking for this, 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 and this, right? And then they'll say, yes, that's exactly, or no, actually, this is what's most important. You know, you want that time with them. And 15 minutes is usually enough. I don't really be on the phone for the entire 15 minutes, unless they just have a lot of questions. And then I can go and make the proposal, right? And I'm more informed, instead of just going off a piece of paper where I'm not getting the full picture. So that's my little rant for that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, there are going to be some links to trainings below in this description. I would greatly appreciate it if you are interested, then go ahead and support me that way. Because as you know, making these videos and doing these kind of teachings does take away from my other business, but I do enjoy helping. I think, and you probably already know this if you watched some of my other videos, is that this isn't the first like YouTube channel that I've had. Whenever I became a physical therapist assistant, which is my full-time job, I also made a channel about that about 8 years ago, teaching people how to get into the PTA program and how to go throughout that whole process and just the field in general, because I just enjoy teaching and sharing. I guess that's like a hidden passion that I really didn't know I had. So yeah, that's just where I'm at. Today I'm going to jump on it because I did get a late start. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.